Welcome back everybody to a new video. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a best of builds video. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking my showcases and I'm choosing 3 of those build showcases that I've done that I like the builds the most. And we're going to show them here and I'm going to rank them which are my favorites. Let's jump right into it. Starting off, of the 3 builds, this is my 3rd favorite. Now there will be a dim link in the description for each one of these builds, as well as a card at the top right of the screen, pointing the wrong direction there, at the top right of the screen where it will link to the build showcase for this build, so that you can get a more in-depth review of the build and what it does. Right here, we're just going to go over the build briefly, and then we're going to show some gameplay of it, and then we'll move on to the next build. This build, Radiant Flux, is my 3rd favorite of the 3. Reason being, it doesn't have the gameplay loop that I enjoy, or the feel that I enjoy. It feels a little bit more forced. You gotta do, all of the right components to make it work properly. There's little room for mess ups or go abouts, and it's a very strong build. It's just not my favorite. So with this build, the Radiant Flux build, we are running Arc Strider. Here is a brief look at the fragment's abilities and aspects. And then we're going to be using the Centrifuge and obviously the Radiant Flux armor. For this build, we want a high melee stat, as well as a high grenade and high super stat. Jumping right in, we're going to just do this quick solo op. It is a Grandmaster at tier A. And we're just going to get done as quick as we can. As most of you know, to get high rewards, the way to do that is to finish it as quickly as possible. I got chill touch on, so it hit me with that melee and made it so I couldn't move, but go ahead and take care of that right now. Boom. Real easy quick. We actually don't need to fight those, so we're gonna just keep going here. And the main thing about this build and what makes it so strong is the melee, as well as the ability to get your dodge back quickly and get your super up quickly. Now, because this is Grandmaster, sometimes takes a little bit longer to kill some of the enemies, but shouldn't be too much of an issue as we get rolling here. We just got to get kind of on a groove in the way. We got a really nice active here where it's literally plays right into our build where we want to be getting ability kills, so works out well. There we go. We're kind of on a roll now where we're getting everything going, getting the kills flowing. One of the cool things about this build is it does proc combination blows. Seems to not want to right now though. There we go. We've got all 3 combination blows up, so as we move forward, every melee kill we get will reset that cooldown, give us our melee back, as well as do additional damage. Now, obviously, we didn't get a melee kill there, and that's okay. I was really trying to. The hard thing about this is there's really not a good way to get your health back. There's not a huge amount of resistance and survivability, and that's part of why I don't love this build, and it is number 3 on this list, because while it's strong, it hits hard, there's not a ton of resistance, and you are prone to dying pretty easily. Now, one thing to note, the first enemy that the melee hits is going to be the one it counts for combination blow. So if you don't kill the first enemy you hit with combination or with the melee, then you will not proc combination blow, and it won't give you your dodge back, and it won't give you the next stack on your combination blow. So that is one thing to keep in mind, is when you're stacking it, make sure it's an enemy you can one-shot with the Tempest Strike. See there, it didn't work even. So I did one-shot it. It might have died to the jolt and not necessarily to the actual melee itself. See there, I got 2 stacks of it. So it's a little inconsistent, but it's got the idea is there. There we go. Should be getting tier A rewards out of this. And that is the Radiant Flux build. Moving right along to our second favorite build of this video is going to be the Gerfalcon's Halberg Void build. Now, I have always loved this build. It is one of my favorite builds of all time. And it is number 2 on this list because, while it is very strong, it is not quite as strong as you can get here in this current meta. Now, the third iteration is the primary gun you're going to be using. It is a very strong scout rifle. If you don't have it, check the battle pass. You should by now, especially before Ash and Iron come out tomorrow. So, for this build, here's a brief look at the fragments. We've got Expulsion, Harvest, Starvation, Dilation, and then the aspects and the ult we're using, as well as the grenade we're using. Now, I'm going to change this back to Gambler's Dodge. Doesn't really help that much to have Marksman's Dodge there. And then Gerfalcon's Halberg is obviously the chest armor we're going to be using for this build. It's very strong. If you don't know, after you go invisible, your void weapons gain volatile rounds. Finishers while invisible grant bonus damage for all weapons and a reserve overshield for allies. Now, I have on this, looks like Class Forged, but we're not going to worry about that. It doesn't really matter which one we use. For the most part, think I'm going to switch this to Super Focused. Our class stat, while it's nice to have your dodge up a lot, doesn't really matter. For this build, your melee stat, having your melee up a lot, and then having your super up a lot is going to be more important for this build. For this next one, we're going to be doing the same thing, just another Grandmaster run. Now, I am going to kind of try and show off the glitch I've been having, and I don't know if it's locked to me or been happening to a lot of people, but basically, one of the ways to get A tier is to put it on B plus tier, and then go as quick as you can and try and finish the mission quickly so you get a time bonus that bumps you up over the A tier rewards. That hasn't been working for me. I've been finishing it in plenty of time, but it's still giving me B tier rewards. But anyway, the gameplay loop for this is basically make yourself invisible by using your melee. And then once you're invisible, you pretty much will just continue to be invisible from then on. Now, overload champs obviously bring a weapon that can stun them and then take them out. Right now it's auto rifles and SMGs. Oops. That may change. I can't tell if that's inside of there. That's inside of there, so I couldn't even kill that one. That's kind of weird. That would just stay in there. Now I am trying to get precision kills here because I have to get 30 in order to complete the bonus activity, and that will allow me to get the max rewards for it. Coming into this boss fight, same thing. Boom. Go invisible. We're invisible. And we just start pelting things. It's very easy to stay invisible. And if you ever get low, you can just stay invisible, run around for a little bit while your health regens, and then go back to taking things out. And if you ever get worried, just pop your ult, weaken everything more, and you just take them out that way. Gotta reload 1 second. Good lord, those wyverns take a lot. Let's see if I can actually hit my last precision kill. Boom. But because I was invisible, they couldn't hit me. I got my health all the way back from that. And then we just now focus on the boss only. Hit him pretty hard with this iteration. Third iteration is very, very good. As you can see, this build by far is stronger than the last. Especially with more survivability, more ways to stay in the fight so that you're not constantly getting beat down. And just like that, we've beaten it and we've gotten the bonus. Now I'm interested and I want to see if this really is just something that's happening all the time now. Yeah, it's gotta be. It's not giving me the full rewards it's supposed to. That's crazy. So you can see how this build is stronger than the last, but it is still very easy to use and very, very good. And now into our final build and my favorite build, my number one on this list. If you've enjoyed this so far and if you're excited to see this last one, make sure you leave a like down below and comment what your favorite build is currently in Destiny 2. My favorite build is a Prismatic Hunter build featuring the aspects Gunpowder Gamble and Threaded Spectre. Now, it is my current favorite build in the game. I've been enjoying it so much. I have done a build video on that. It will be on a card in the top right. However, I have changed it a tiny bit in that I realized the ultimate you use doesn't really matter. I was using Golden Gun at the time. You can use Shadow Shot. You can use any of these ultimates. It works just as fine with any of them. And the abilities, I have switched back to Threaded Spike because you sever targets every time. I was using Knife Trick. It's a very fine one. It's good. Any of these also would work for it except for Snare Bomb. Snare Bomb doesn't really work for it, but you could use Withering Blade. You could use Combination Bow. I like Threaded Spike for it. Everything else will be covered in the actual build video. Everything else is the same. Now, for this build, it is a relativism build. You will be using the Inmost Light and Citronarch aspects. Very strong, very good. Woven Mail is busted and it's about to get more busted, so make sure you have it. Outside of that, let's jump right into it. Now, one of my favorite things about this build is the ability uptime. With it, I feel like I always have my abilities at the ready. I'm always able to use them. I've always got my stuff ready to go. I mean, we've already got our grapple back. We have our melee almost back. And we've just used all of them, including our Gunpowder Gamble. And I guarantee you I'll have my Gunpowder Gamble here in about 2 seconds into this one. We're going to swing in here. We're going to grapple in. We're going to slap them. We've already got Gunpowder Gamble. We're going to go ahead and waste it because that's what we do. Now, one thing to note, Gunpowder Gamble, for whatever reason, does not count towards ability kills. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but it doesn't. So keep that in mind when you're using it. You need to get ability kills for your objective. You can't use Gunpowder Gamble to get them. But otherwise, I mean, you're seeing how quickly I'm getting all of my abilities back when I'm doing this. I constantly have everything up to use, constantly deal damage, and easily take out different enemies with no issue. One of the other great things about this is every time you get a grenade kill, every time you get a melee kill, you're going to be getting some form of healing. When you use your grenade, you're going to get a cure. When you use your melee, I should say, when you get a kill with your grenade. When you get a kill with your melee, whether that be the grapple melee or the threaded spike melee, doesn't matter which, both will give you instant healing start. So it's very good to get those. Also, anytime you can, if you pick up one of those strand balls and throw it and grapple to that, you can get all of the perks of the grapple, woven mail, and you'll get the ability to use your grapple melee, but you won't use your grapple charge. So you can grapple again immediately after and hit another grapple melee. It's pretty great. Get in here, get in a nice grapple melee. Look at how many things we killed. Look at all that healing we're getting back because we're killing things with our melees. We're going to go ahead and miss everything there. We're going to keep our stuff up so that we can't die. We're going to go ahead and miss everything and just die here. You know, that's always a great option to do. We've got all the kills we need. We're melee style, so we're just going to spawn all the way back here because the game's like, nah, you don't need to finish before the timer runs out. You gotta start back there with all the guys you skipped. But as you can see, I mean, we already have our ult up too, and we've almost got our prismatic abilities back as well. So we're gonna go ahead and actually just pop this ult right here. We're gonna throw this down so that we can't get caught again. One of the great tools is that dodge. Why? Because every time you dodge, you go ahead and leave behind a strand duplicate that attracts enemies' attention and they target it instead of you. Now we're gonna go ahead and hit this guy, get him going. We're gonna proc our bait and switch, and we're just gonna hit this guy with everything we got. Go ahead and pump him down and proc the next part of the mission. And we're gonna pop this so that we have our abilities back and start throwing them out. If you didn't know, when you pop your prismatic, you get almost all your abilities back, which is great. It looks like the enemy I need to go kill is down there. So we're gonna run down there and get him real quick. And of course it's a big guy. Couldn't possibly be anything else. Grab it. We're gonna run all the way back up here. We're gonna hit him with it. We're gonna slide in here, smack him, throw this out, and we've already got half of our thing done. We've got our ult back. We can pop that immediately. Get a dodge here so that we're a little bit more protected. As we're hitting the boss, we're doing damage to everything because of our tether. And you see how quickly we can get everything back. All of our abilities, all of our stuff. And we can just continuously pump damage. See, look at that. He's already knocked low. We're going to pick up the relic. We're going to hit him. We're going to go get this. We're going to throw this stuff out. And you can see just how fast, once you get the loop going, you can see how quickly everything just pumps through and makes it super easy to get the kills with. And we're already done. And that is why this is one of my favorite builds. Because of just the immense amount of buttons you get to push in a short amount of time and continuously do a ton of damage. It's so good, it's so satisfying, it's a ton of fun. Make sure you give it a try. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a subscription, a like, and a comment down below. Let me know your favorite builds of this expansion. and what you're looking forward to try in Ash and Iron. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.